Hey everyone, Soraya here. It's my first week on the Optavia program. Well, I should say I've completed my first week on the Optavia program. And as of this morning, I was down 11 pounds, which is amazing. I didn't expect to lose that much week one. Usually your first week, you lose more than normal because you're getting rid of a lot of water weight, but 11 pounds was off the charts. So I'm really, really happy. In a previous video, I mentioned that I did this program, the Take Shape for Life program, about 4 years ago and had great success with it. I lost about 35 pounds in a little over 8 weeks, and I kept the weight off, but over the last year and a half, the weight crept back up on me. Unfortunately, I reverted to some bad habits that I knew better than to get back to those bad habits, but it happens. And so I'm back, and this time I am confident that I will keep the weight off for good. I know all the tips and tricks, and so there's no excuse for me not to keep it off. So I'm really excited about my future with that. This video is also to point out some tips for those of you that are just starting the program this week. So first and foremost, be prepared. Have your fuelings, prepared for each day. In fact, you can get gallon-size Ziploc bags and put all 5 fuelings for each day of the week in a Ziploc bag, and that way it's just grab and go every day. Make it as easy and convenient as possible. Also, make sure that you keep bars and things stashed away in like your car or at work, anywhere, just in case something happens. A meeting goes over, you don't get home in time, and you need to have a fueling that you've got it there. Set yourself up for success. Second of all, the first couple of weeks, you're really going to want to tone it down, if not completely stop exercise. Your body is going to be converting over to becoming a fat burner. It's going through a lot of changes, and it really needs time to adapt to this new way of eating. I made a big mistake on day 3, and I went to the gym and trained with my trainer, and he took it easy on me, but not easy enough. And I'll tell you, I paid for it because I was starving the rest of the day because I had burned so many calories, and I was really, really tired. So heed my advice, let the workout cease for a couple of weeks, and then once you're into the program and you're feeling great, then you're supposed to slowly start bringing exercise back into your routine, brisk walking and things like that. What other advice? Dinner time, you're lean and green. So if you have a family like me, I've got to cook dinner for my family, and sometimes I'm just too tired. I don't want to deal with cooking my lean and green. And so the flavors of home meals, they're actually really, really good, and they're great for a go-to if you don't have time. The preference is always to make your lean and green, because by making your lean and green, by weighing your meat, making sure you have the proper ounces and the right servings of vegetables, you're in fact teaching yourself proper health and nutrition, and that's a key for this program. So use the flavors of home meals as kind of a scapegoat. If there's a night where you just really don't feel like cooking or don't have time, they're a great option for you. Another tip is, if you are cooking your lean and green, make enough for 2 nights, and that way you give yourself a break the next night, especially if you have to cook for other people in your household. You've got 2 nights worth of food. Your first week, you likely will get a dull headache at some point, but welcome it. The dull headache is great because it means that your body is converting, your body is transferring over to becoming a fat burner. It's part of the process known as ketosis. And so when I got my headache, like on day 3, I was like, woohoo, headache. My husband is like, what's wrong with you? Why do you want a headache? And I'm like, because that means that this program's working, that my body is becoming a fat burner. Ketosis is when your body starts burning ketones for energy, essentially burning fat for energy. When you're not in ketosis, your everyday life, your body burns glucose for energy. We want to be fat burners. We want to burn as much fat as possible. So once you're in ketosis, you're a fat burner 24 hours a day. And that's why it's so key to stay on the program, because if you eat off the program, you can knock yourself out of ketosis, and it could take a couple of days, up to a week, to get back into ketosis. Nothing is worth getting pushed out of your fat burning state. One of my favorite sayings is, don't look at what you want right now. Look for what you want in the future. Don't focus on the now. Focus on what you really, really want and what your goals are. And lastly, energy. So the first couple of days, be prepared to be a little sluggish, be a little tired. You know, again, your body is not going to be used to this new way of eating, and it's going to take some time. But mark my words, if you push through the headache, use Tylenol, Advil, whatever you need to. And if you can get through the tired phase, don't give up. Mark my words, one day, for me it was day 5, you're going to wake up and feel amazing. You're going to have a lot of energy. You're going to feel good. And that's where I'm at. And you'll continue to feel that way through the program. Lastly, water. Make sure you're drinking your water. Try to drink half your body weight in water, or at least like 80 ounces of water, I think is what the minimum should be. And it sounds like a lot, but there's some tips that you can use. I bought a jug at the grocery store that holds like 96 ounces of water. I actually work at a desk. And so if you work at a desk, you can keep that jug on your desk and just keep a glass on your desk. And if you finish the jug, you've done your deal. You've done your duty for the day with your water. You can just use that jug to pour water, and that way you're not carrying around this big jug, but you can also easily keep track of what you have drank. If you're on the go and you don't sit at a desk, bring a water bottle with you. That's what I do when I'm on the go. I have my jug with me that has the total water that I need to drink for the whole day, and then I just keep refilling my water bottle, and it's just a lot easier for me to keep track. Water is going to keep you full, it's going to keep you hydrated, and it's going to make you feel better. If there's a point during your first week that you're really, really hungry, you're starving, there are some optional snacks in the program like the pickle spears and things like that. Another option is bouillon. Get a bouillon cube, chicken, beef, whatever, and try to get a low sodium bouillon. Boil it, and it's like chicken broth. And drinking that, it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to kick you out of fat burning, but it's going to fill you up, and it's going to get you through to where, to when your next fueling is. So use that if you need to. So other than that, just stick with the program, do what your coach is saying. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask below. As I mentioned, I did this program before, had a lot of success on it, so I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. I'm also a health coach with Optavia, and so if you are looking to start this journey and want someone to be with you every step of the way, email me, coachmesoraya@gmail.com. And until the next video, stay kind to yourself, motivate yourself, be proud of yourself for starting this journey or wanting to start this journey, because that's the first step. Okay, you guys, see ya.